It's a good day for Esther Hagos and her son. They've just received their share of relief food brought in by the United Nations World Food Programme. It's the first delivery of aid they've received in months. Esther and her family are among millions of Ethiopians displaced by the conflict in Tigray region. The family is sheltering in an abandoned construction site a few kilometers from their village. At the spot where their home once stood, Esther and her family pick up the pieces.
There were about 20 armed men. They gathered around my house and thrashed all my crops. I constantly have nightmares about how brutal they were, burning everything in their way. They kept getting closer, burning all of the harvested crops and straw. They burned my home and everything I had.
For the past 6 months, the United Nations and aid agencies have repeatedly called for full humanitarian access to the Tigray region in the face of growing fears of a protracted conflict with devastating effects on civilians.
So this is a region that even prior to the conflict has been affected by shocks in recent years. We had the desert locust this past year, hailstorms, some pockets of the region that are already chronically affected by drought. It means that this is an area that's already a bit on the edge.
In a new report, a high-level UN-led committee estimated that about 350,000 people in the Tigray region are facing famine conditions. The war is now in its 7th month and has hampered access to essential services, food, water and livelihoods in large parts of Tigray region, putting the lives of millions at risk. UN staff in Tigray continue to report blocked movements of aid, as well as the interrogation, assault, and even detention of humanitarian workers at military checkpoints. The Ethiopian government denies responsibility.
There are so many misinformations and disinformations going on, not because of concern about the Tigrayans, but because of the vested interest by others who would like to present this situation as helpless situations. There are forces who would like to show the government's effort as they want to discredit it. They want to tell the rest of the world that the government is doing nothing.
The war in the Tigray region of Ethiopia has displaced more than 2 million people and destroyed the economy of the region, along with businesses, crops and farms. Thousands of civilians have also been killed or wounded. Aid agencies say now is the time to stop thousands of others from starving to death. Mohammed, Adow, Jazeera, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.